Last week we heard how Jared Goff sucks. Brad Holmes needs to get fired. All this crazy shit. Now, does that go away?
We did hear that Jared
week?
Goff's not as good as Dak Prescott. We heard that.
You did hear that.
Yeah.
But does that go away this week?
Because for a minute. Yeah. For a couple days because they got, 10 days off or whatever?
Yeah.
Yep.
It does. Until his next incompletion.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
He played a great game, and you could tell the confidence was there. He was much more confident in his pocket because they're giving him the protection that he needed.
And his center had Jordans on.
And his center had Jordans
Right.
on. And he was stepping up, and he was delivering the ball with a lot of confidence. That was the best game I've seen out of Jared Goff in a couple weeks. And Jared Goff hasn't been the problem.
Not at all.
The game in Philly, I'll blame on Jared Goff.
Yeah, it was bad.
Other than that, it hasn't been Jared Goff, and nobody has said that. So,
missed throws here and there. but
yeah,
that's
people
about
will
it.
say, Jared Goff sucks or fire Brad Holmes.
Right.
All right, relax. But it has been the pass rush and the offensive line that have killed the Lions, and those are the two things that showed up the most against the Cowboys.
They were the dominant units.
Yep.
That they 100%
I would say this.
were.
You primarily can't blame Jared Goff for the woes of this team, but he gets some responsibility.
He does. Of course he does. He's the quarterback. And the offensive line hasn't been good, but also Jared Goff can be better at avoiding pressures and stepping up and making plays. But we know that that's not his specialty. But we saw yesterday when he's confident in the pocket and one or two times he has to do that, he can do it. If he has to move around a guy and step up to make a throw once in a while, he can do that. If you're asking him to do that every play, it's not going to work out.
But I have a special question for Spenny, who's been doing a lot of workouts. You've been in the gym. You've been working on stuff. Is there some type of exercise that you could recommend that could develop white boy wiggle?
He picks heavy stuff up.
Yeah,
Okay?
maybe some kind of hip thrusts or something like that.
Right.
Give him some ankle movements, maybe.
Yeah, that's not Spenny's bag.
Yeah, no.
Maybe he should be watching some old John Travolta stuff.
You know what?
Staying alive.
I'm thinking maybe he goes with Roy Lopez and Tristan Colon and Malcolm Rodriguez, and they take him to some salsa classes.
Nice.
Get some
Yeah,
white boy
you know
wiggle
what?
there.
That may work actually.
Yeah.
I know I was going to do the Jack Campbell thing, but since we're here and we kind of started talking about it right now, Spenny, how would you describe Jared Goff's season so far?
He's been good.
Just good?
Just
Yeah,
good.
He's been Jared Goff. He's been what he has been the
I
past
would
couple
use
games.
the term uneven.
Uneven? What would you say?
But
Jim?
I will say he hasn't turned the football over, and that's been a great value to this Lions offense.
Okay, through 13 games. All right? Through 13 games. There's only been 3 quarterbacks in NFL history to produce a completion percentage of 70+%, 26 passing touchdowns, and 5 or fewer interceptions through 13 games.
Yeah.
It's Jared Goff, Drew Brees, and Tom Brady.
Beautiful.
That's it. That seems to be a pretty good season.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Absolutely.
Like very good.
But he's not going to win an
Very
MVP.
good company that you're
Yeah.
Well,
associated with.
I would say like through 13 games, which is what we're through right now.
Yeah.
It's been pretty historic. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, but it's not an MVP type season, unfortunately.
Well, I mean,
but they're out of the playoffs
Yeah.
right now.
but only 3 people have done that ever.
I get it.
And one's
But-
Tom Brady and the other one's Drew Brees.
But has the offense not
No, but
struggled,
KG, and like, look, I'm not doing the gotcha stuff here. I'm
Yeah,
not.
yeah, yeah,
I didn't
okay.
do that to do the gotcha stuff. It's just I'm doing this to show you, like, we have an unrealistic bar for Jared Goff in this town.
And that's fair. That's absolutely
An
fair.
unrealistic bar, and it's borderline stupid.
People just got to accept he is what he is, but when he is
Now,
protected.
through 13 games, he is historic.
Yeah, and when he's,
all right,
when
but
he's
through
In a
protected,
season,
Great.
in a season
Through-
you called uneven.
Through 13
That was
games,
gotcha.
they're not in the playoffs.
No, and that's true. That's also
Okay.
true, Terry.
Well, Terry, you've got one of the 3 best seasons in NFL history through 13 games. So is it Goff's fault?
You got what?
You got one of the 3 best seasons in quarterbacking history in this league through 13 games. So is it Goff's
But
fault?
they're not in the
Right.
playoffs.
And
So that's Goff's fault.
No, it's
no,
not.
I'm
But
just saying, let's look at the whole picture.
right. You can't not absolve him of blame. Like, he gets some
What
blame
more
in
can
that.
he do?
I understand that, but there have been games this season where he's been a little inefficient, and he just hasn't been able to do
So
enough.
I
to-
ask you
to
again, what
lead the
more
offense.
can he do than that?
Beat
I
Minnesota.
hear you. From a stats perspective, it sounds great, but you do have to count in the other factors. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Or beat last place Minnesota.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen, like when Jared Goff is given the pocket, when he's given he executes this offense better than anybody executes an offense in the league. We've seen it consistently. When he's given protection, when he's out there, he can make plays and he can carve up defenses. But the offensive line is not as good as it used to be, and there are a couple games where you needed him to overcome, and unfortunately he didn't. But he's having a great year. Again, it's not Jared Goff. We know what Jared Goff is.
And Spenny, I hope you understand, man. I'm not coming at you. I hope you understand.
Yeah, no, I know.
No, for sure.
You're an intelligent, rationalized thinker.
I don't like how this is going.
Right.
But yeah.
No, Spenny, there is no but. But no, but Spenny, I am saying from this fan base in the shit you deal with in the watch party every single day, it's an unrealistic bar. And Travis Maddox is in here. Unrealistic bar. This is amazing. Spenny, who's been better?
No,
through 13 games, who's been better?
Yeah, and there are other factors, and you have to look at the game flow, and you have to look at how things are happening. You can't just look at stats on a sheet, and that's not what football is.
Right.
But he has been. This season's not on Jared Goff. I don't think anybody's putting this season on Jared Goff. I don't.
You don't think there's anybody out there?
No, I don't.
And you don't think Ryan Lentz puts it on Jared Goff?
You have people that you should not take their opinion or take their word for. These
Travis
fake
Maddox,
people on Twitter.
The GOAT, by the way.
And Travis isn't putting this on Jared Goff. He's just saying, there are specific. Like I said, you can look at multiple games in this season and be like, yeah, that wasn't a good game for Jared Goff. And one of those is Philadelphia. It was a bad game. But, again, he didn't have the protection there, and you know that if that's going to happen, it's probably not going to work out very well. But he had the protection yesterday. He was stepping up confidently in the pocket. He was delivering the ball on time and on target, which is what he does when he gets the protection. And
the only incompletions were when the play was blown up, other than 3.
And that's also something he has improved on a lot since becoming a Detroit Lion.
He knows when
dirting
the
ball, just throwing it in the dirt and not trying to make something happen.
And it looks bad when you do that, but you got to get it around the receiver.
And you see him doing that again when he's comfortable in the pocket and he's playing with confidence, because I love JG, but that shit still twinkles in the back of his mind sometimes in those games where he's running for his life.
He gets rattled.
He does make those stupid throws where you're like, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
But when he's confident, when he's got the game flow, when he
knows, a lot of other quarterbacks in the league.
When he knows that he can go out there and the next play he'll have an opportunity in a clean pocket, he's not afraid to dirt a 1st and 10 because he knows that they'll have the opportunity to make it.
Woodward Sports chat thread. Travis, I love a good butter knife stat.
But
Terry,
Neil, it's middle ground. That's all we saying. Anybody that still says shit about Jared Goff after seeing his Lions career already had preconceived hate about what he was.
Then raise your hand and say it.
And that's cool, but people not going to do that.
Travis, raise your hand and say it.
People not
Ryan Lentz,
what?
raise your hand and say it.
You know what they told me?
You in the chat, raise your hand and say it.
I was lied to today. I was told I'm coming on here on Big D Energy on a Bourbon Friday and doing the show with my pal Neil Rule.
Which we are.
No, we're not.
And we're drinking Jim Beam out of a plastic bottle.
Right. With stick.
Terry, do you dispute that stat? Do you think that stat's made up?
No, it's a real stat. But
Is it impressive?
It's a nice stat, but they're not in the playoffs today.
That's the real.
It's a very, I'm going to call it a cute stat.
And he hasn't been perfect this year. He's been good, really good. He hasn't been perfect.
I'm not saying he has been perfect. I'm saying that's what the math is.
I hear you.
That's the math.
But
I didn't
math
make that
don't
up.
dictate everything in football. You know that. You know.
When it fits your narrative.
It's a good ass stat. It'll look good to put on there.
I just wanted to put it out there.
No criticism for this season.
They're real sensitive about their guy.
And I'm a golf fan, but it's we got to be realistic.
No, I just don't turn my back to, that's a stat. That's a real stat.
For sure.
Through 13 games, it's one of the best seasons ever.
We keep just trying to overcomplicate.
And I understand that a season's
shit.
not 13 games. I know that's the next step on your checklist. And I already see the people going, Super Bowl. Did he win the Super Bowl? I'm not telling you that.
It don't got to be that.
I'm telling you, for a season that is uneven, kind of mid, just good, the numbers say it's very, very good. That's all I'm saying.
Here's what we're saying. Football team game, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that depends on your narrative.
Okay. As it stands today, they're not in the playoffs.
And I just don't see anybody.
See, like Travis, read his playoff stats. We're not talking about that.
Well, that's because you're going at Travis. He's going to come back at you. Travis wasn't in this chat oh, Jared Goff sucks. But when you're calling the guy out, he's going to come back at you.
Well, yeah, like read his playoff stats. Okay, won 2 playoff games for the Lions in 7 days. No one ever did that in the history. You see what I'm saying? Like, I can do that shit too. Like, you told me it's about wins, right? When I give you a win stat, well, look at his stats. When I give you the stats, you're like, well, look at his wins. Like, you see what I'm saying?
That is correct. I have never seen back-to-back playoff wins by the Tigers, by the Lions in my life.
And he gets credit for
I'm
that.
an old motherfucker.
Does
too.
he?
Yes.
No, apparently he doesn't.
He will get the credit for that. But at the same time, we got to just call it what it is. We keep trying to overcomplicate this shit. We know what his deficiencies are. If you protect him, he is a top 5, arguably top 5 quarterback in this league when he's protected. Flat out. And that's cool. But we don't have to, like, do the overglaze.
Yeah.
I just want to bring that